One thing that always fascinates me about Americans is how you refuse to forget the people that sacrificed. You guys remember your family tree. And when you all meet up as a family, sometimes in some of the videos that I've seen, you even get photo albums out and you look back through all the pictures and you remember, like, oh, this is your granddad, he fought in this war. This is your dad, this is what he did. And you refuse to let their memory be forgotten. In England, we don't have that. We don't really know our family tree, and no one seems to care. And they should. You guys have something called the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Now, I believe it's supposed to represent the millions of people that sacrificed their life for not only your people, but your country as a whole. Millions had to be buried without a name, and yet still you refuse to let even those people be forgotten. And that is a beautiful thing, no matter how you look at it. So today, I'm going to watch a video that does a short explanation about what the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is. And I will talk through that video. I will pause it and I will give my opinions and I will talk a little bit and everything. But then afterwards, I'm going to watch the changing of the guard. And out of respect, I will not talk as much during that video. I will stay quiet. This is your history. This is not my country's history. So I want to do it in the most respectful way possible. And I hope that I do you proud. I believe that every country in the world should have this level of respect for the people that paid the ultimate sacrifice, and even the ones that came home. Okay, here we go. The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is a historic monument dedicated to deceased soldiers whose remains have not been identified. It was created in response to the high number of mass casualties of World War I, where many soldiers who were killed in combat were never identified. Following the examples of allies like Great Britain and France, Congress approved a resolution to honor and bury one of America's countless unknown World War I casualties in a special tomb at Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia.
Can I just say, while we were at the beginning of this, how smartly dressed you guys are, how clean and tidy and respectful looking everything is done. This is really good.
November 11, 1921, an unknown soldier killed in combat in World War I was the first unidentified soldier to be placed in the tomb. In 1958, an unknown soldier of both World War II and the Korean War were interred inside the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. An unknown casualty from the Vietnam War was placed within the tomb in 1984.
So this tomb is not just to represent one battle, one war. This is to represent everybody that's fought and made the ultimate sacrifice for their country, which must have been millions upon millions, so many that you couldn't possibly even know the names of them all. This is to represent all of them, no matter what conflict you were in. That's quite inspirational. The fact that they're all holding the flag in this way, everybody stood on their feet. There's not a single person not paying respect. It's beautiful.
However, DNA testing identified the Vietnam War unknown service member as those of Air Force First Lieutenant Michael Joseph Blassie.
Respect
His
to that
remains
man.
were later removed from the tomb and buried in his hometown. It was decided that the crypt that contained the remains of the Vietnam unknown would remain vacant. The crypt cover was replaced with a new inscription that now reads, "Honoring and Keeping Faith with America's Missing Servicemen, 1958 to 1975.
Let me just read that. Honoring and keeping faith with America's missing servicemen. you won't. You just simply won't let people forget. And there's nothing people want more than to be remembered, right? Whether it's to be remembered for being a good parent, for being a role model, or if it's for the sacrifices that you made for your country, for your people, for your loved ones back home. To be remembered is a great honor. And you guys seem to be doing it in the right way.
A reminder of the commitment of the armed forces to the fullest possible accounting of missing service members. The monument, which rests on top of the unknown grave, is a sarcophagus or stone coffin constructed of 7 rectangular pieces of white marble, together weighing 79 tons. On the west panel of the sarcophagus are the words, "Here rests in honored glory an American soldier known but to God."
I just want to read that again. Here rests in honored glory an American soldier known but to God. Everybody. It represents everybody. It's amazing.
Known but to God. On the east panel are 3 Greek figures. On the left stands Peace, holding a dove in one hand. On the right stands Valor, bearing a broken sword in his hands. In the center stands Victory, holding hands with Peace while extending an olive branch to Valor. The north and south panels present a total of 6 inverted wreaths, each representing a major campaign of World War I. West of the sarcophagus are the crypts of unknowns from World War II and Korea. The tomb of the unknown soldier has been guarded 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Since 1948, the 3rd U.S. Infantry Regiment, called the Old Guard, has been responsible for the security of the tomb of the unknowns. It is considered one of the highest honors to serve as a sentinel at the tomb of the unknowns. In blazing sun, freezing snow, in the face of hurricanes, and even terrorist attacks, the sentinel
24 hours a day, 365 days a year, without a single break, through the worst weather, through the worst times, even terrorist attacks, you name it, there is always someone here guarding the tomb of the unknown soldier. You know, there's only one place in England that I can think of where the military does that for, and that's outside the palace of the royal family. One family, okay? One family gets this level of respect. You guys are doing it for millions and not letting them be forgotten. And that's how it should be.
continue their watch. It is one of the most sacred missions in the military to honor and protect the fallen, nameless soldiers under their watch. The Sentinels have been made famous for the precision of their march and changing of the guard. The Sentinel marches 21 steps across a black mat past the crypts of each unknown,
So much
then makes
discipline.
a crisp 90-degree turn to face east for 21 seconds,
Looks
then
so
makes
smart.
another 90-degree turn facing north for 21 seconds. The Sentinel then sharply places the rifle on the shoulder nearest the visitors to signify the Sentinel stands between the tomb and any threat. After that moment, the Sentinel paces 21 steps north, turns, and repeats the process. The number 21 is symbolic of the 21-gun salute, the highest honor rendered. For 100 years, the tomb of the unknown soldier, which stands atop a hill overlooking Washington, D.C., has since
beautiful.
come to symbolize the sacrifices of all U.S. service members. It serves as an extraordinary memorial that inspires us all to honor those who choose to serve our country, to stand in awe of the courage and valor it takes to be a member of the armed forces, and to thank those that do so. And most importantly, the tomb of the unknown soldier honors the 3 unknown servicemen who represent countless others who, like them, not only gave up their life, but their identity. May we always honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice.
May we always honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice. You know what? That goes for the people that's still alive today as well. But something my country does not do, and something many, many countries do not do, is honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice. There are countless memorials in London alone where people just sit on it and they just eat their lunch. I refuse. There's graffiti on them all. There's just people disrespect them all of the time. And you guys are guarding these things. And you guys treat it with respect. And rightly so. I would like to read this one more time. Here rests in honored glory a comrade in arms, known but to God. That is amazing. That is beautiful. And that is how every single country should do it. That is why my country right now does not have people enlisting very much. We have the lowest amount of service members that we've ever had in this country. And I can understand why. They get no respect. They come home and they're more likely to be homeless than certain other demographics are. There's so many things that it just feels pointless for in England. Nobody remembers them. They're not given any different kind of treatment, any different kind of thanks. Nobody shows that they are grateful. You guys do this all of the time, whether it's within your own family tree or as a country as a whole. This is exactly how things should be done. This is beautiful to see, and it's amazing to hear about. Now, for this next bit, please forgive me if I don't talk very much. We're going to be watching The Changing of the Guard, and I'm going to do something that I've never done on this channel, but I think it deservedly so. I'm going to have to take my hat off for this one. Yeah, I'm bald, but also I think it would be kind of disrespectful if I didn't. So let me hang this up. And let's experience and witness what you guys do in honor of your fallen, which so far seems absolutely amazing. All right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? I am Sergeant Davenport of the 3rd Infantry Regiment, United States Army. Guard of Honor, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. This ceremony that you are about to witness is the changing of the guard. In keeping with the dignity of this ceremony, it is requested that everyone remain silent and standing. Thank you. Halt! Guards! Halt! Port! Halt! Ready! Height! Reset! Halt! Port! Halt! Ready! Height! Pass on your orders.
Halt! And order. Remain as directed. Order. Action.
Ready! Height! Reset! Halt! Height! Shoulder! Halt! Halt! Height! Height! Forward! Halt! Guard! Halt! All out!
Now, please forgive me for not talking much during that. In fact, not talking at all during that. But I personally believe it would have been very disrespectful of me if I did. Let me just put this back on. I just want to tell you how extremely organized that this all must be. How much effort, how much time must go into the practice. And to get this right, they inspect each other before they even change the guard. Everything has to be perfect. They look so well dressed. They treat this with the utmost respect for the names of people that they won't ever know. You've got to find some beauty in that, right? If the whole world did it like this, the world would be a different place altogether. This is amazing, and I have huge respect for it. I hope one day that the entire world could see things in this way. Throughout all of that, nobody in the crowd said anything. There was a big crowd. Nobody said a word. They were so well timed and precise. It was done over and over again, that you can tell that they have put their life's work and effort and emotion into what they do because it means something to them. It's not just a job, it's an honor to have that position. That's amazing. And the fact that you guys pay respect to your fallen soldiers that haven't even got a name that we know, it just shows you what kind of people you are. And if you visited this place and you're American, please let me know in the comments what it was like for you. What kind of emotions did you feel? What did it make you think of? I hope the people that it represents are in a place where they deserve to be right now. Today's video was a little bit different. So I'm not going to mention anything about any that kind of thing or do the end of the video thing or anything like that. But one thing I will mention. Now, something that I found while researching this video is a website called Society of the Honor Guard, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. It seems to be a non-profit association committed to preserving the unique history of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. So I'm going to say it to you. I'll put the link in the description. Please do your own research beforehand, but instead of giving me any money for this video, you don't need to do that. You, if you can and if you want to, go to that website and you make a donation to them instead. Anything that you would have given to me, give it to them instead. But also, I just want to let you know your family comes first. Okay? So only do it if you are in the position to be able to do it, and only if you're very sure. But there's the website, it'll be in the description. I would also like to thank absolutely everybody for being here. I know today's video has been a little bit different to all the others. I've spoken a lot less than I usually speak in videos, but it is out of total respect. This is something your country does in a beautiful way, and I admire it so much. So hopefully you do forgive me for the lack of commentary in certain parts, but at the same time, hopefully you can feel proud of yourself, your people, your history. Because by the looks of it, you're doing a good job. Thank you so much for being here.